Hello students, my name is Kumari Neha. I am working at Bharati Dasanar Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Arakkonam, and the lesson which we are going to see is from class 6 chemistry, and the name of the lesson is element and compound. So today we are going to see the second part of this lesson. So let's see what is present in this lesson. Children, first tell me what you can see here in the diagram. Yes, very good. Here first you will see that there is a block of red small molecules. Then they are all spreaded. Then you will see there is shattering of this, right? So now let's take an example here. For example, just understand that here I am taking an element. This is a copper element. What is this element, children? This is copper. Now, this copper element, if I break it down, it will come in this position. So, even after breaking, this element remains as copper. So, again the name of this small element is copper. And later on, even after more breaking the elements, you will see that this shattered elements or small molecules are still known as copper, right? So, what you can see in this that even after getting at a very small size, even after that it remains the same, that is it remains copper even if it is in a big size or in a small size. So, that is why how the concept of atom came. So, here we can say that any small particle of an element which can be independently existent or it cannot be independently there, then it is known as a atom. So, what is the definition, children? The atom is the smallest part of an element. Okay, children? So, this is the definition of an atom. So, atom is what? It is the smallest part of an element. Same way, now when we are discussing about a molecule, now let's come to the concept of molecules. So, children, what you can see here in the diagram? Yes, here you can see that there is one green molecule and small one is a smaller gray. So, here we can say the shape is of H and Cl. So, here it is hydrogen and same way here it is chlorine. Now, let's come to the second one. In second one you can see there are small grays, that is 2, and one is pink which is bigger. So, this depicts the formula of water. Here in water there is 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Same way for ammonia there is 3 hydrogen and 1 N. What is N, children? N is nitrogen. Same way for methane there are 4 hydrogen and 1 carbon. So, that is why we can say that a molecule is a substance which is present in a smaller amount and it will always exist in a simple form. So, what is a molecule? Molecule exists in simple form. Okay. So, first we have discussed about atoms which are smaller but they are a part of an element. Same way here molecule is a part of an element and it is the smallest part of the element, right. Now, let us see compound. So, children, what you can see here in the compound? Yes. So, there are compounds of various types, okay. There are one type where there is always same kind of atoms. For example, here you can see H2. H2 is having 2 hydrogens, right. So, when 2 hydrogens are present and these 2 hydrogens are looking similar, we can call it as a molecule also and we can call it as a compound also. Same way, take a bigger example here. For example, CO2, carbon dioxide. Now carbon dioxide is having more than one different atom, right? It is C1 and O is 2. That is why it is also known as a compound. So we can say that a compound is between a different molecule. So what is compound? Molecules of two or more different atoms. Different what, children? Different atoms. Same way, whenever you are taking a compound, that time you will see that this compound can break into the smaller particles and you will get back the element from which it is formed. So, the breaking of compound is possible. Okay, and this is possible only with chemical means. Physically, you cannot break a compound only using some or the other chemical equation or a chemical library. That time only you can break this compound into its smaller elements. So when you are taking the example of a water molecule, here you can see that there are 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen atom. That means when you are breaking the water molecules, you will get 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen, right? Very good. Now let's do an experiment for the compounds. For example, now here I have taken water here. Okay, what is this, children? This is water. In this water I have added little acid. Here acid can be small sulfuric acid, what you have studied already. Now what we are doing is we are attaching a battery. These 2 points are known as electrodes. What are these? Electrodes. Same way, when these electrodes are kept in the water and the electric charge is passed through it, that time you will see that some or the other kind of bubbles are coming. So it is water here, right? When there is analysis of water, only 2 types of gases are produced. One is hydrogen gas, second is oxygen gas. So where the level is higher, here you can see there is more space, right? So when it is a more space part, that time you can say that here the gas is hydrogen. Same way, if this is hydrogen, then what will be the gas B? Gas B will be oxygen. Okay. So here what we are doing? Here we are doing the analysis of water. So children, analysis means when a compound can be broken into its element, that process is known as analysis. What is that process? Analysis. A-N-A-L-Y-S-I-S. Okay? Analysis means you are analyzing, you are deeply thinking that how this compound is being made, right? Yeah, very good. Now finally come to the formulas. So children, for finding the formulas, first you tell me English having how many alphabets? Yeah, correct. English alphabet letters will be amount of 26 letters, right? Now this 26 letters will make millions of words. Same way, there is a periodic table. In the periodic table, there are 118 elements. So the combination of these elements will produce different types of chemicals, right? So that is why how to name these elements, there is a formula, and this thing is known as how to find the symbolic representation of any compound. For example, here I have taken H2O. So children, here in H2O you can see that there are suffix that is downwards. Here it is 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen present. When it is combining, you can write the name of this even like, first of all you know what is this, right? This is water. Then, but if I ask you what is the chemical name, then you will write the chemical name as dihydrogen And what is this O? It is oxygen. So oxygen can be written as oxide. So the name will be dihydrogen oxide. Okay, this way the name has been written. Same way I will give you few tasks here now. Now there are 3 elements here. So tell me how to find the names of this. First, what is this? This is H2SO4. That means H is hydrogen, S is sulfur and O is oxygen. So here we can say that there are 2 hydrogens, 1 sulfur and 4 oxygen. So the name you can write it as dihydrogen Now generally, what is SO4 children? Here you can write sulfur tetraoxide because that will be a wrong name. So SO4 is having a particular name that is known as sulfate. So you can write name here as dihydrogen sulfate. Okay. Same way, dihydrogen sulfate can also be named as sulfuric acid. What is the one more name of this children? Sulfuric acid. Okay. Now see the second one. In the second one, here it is P and there are 5 Cl, right? So here you can write P as phosphorus, and there is 5 chlorine, so 5 can be denoted as penta. What it is? Penta. And Cl. Cl is what children? Cl is chloride. So here I will write pentachloride. So what is the name children here? Phosphorus pentachloride. Now let's come to the last one. So last one you can see KOH. So K is potassium and OH is known as a hydroxide. So when you are combining these two names, it will be named as potassium hydroxide. Okay. So I hope you have understood how to name the formulas, right? Now let's give you a task here. Now see here children, now there are 8 names here. You have to find out what is the formula of this. Now just tell me the formulas. It is hydrochloric acid. So hydro means hydrogen and chloric whenever it is saying, it means it's chlorine. So here you can write it as HCl. So hydrochloric acid is what children? HCl. Second one, sodium hydroxide. Sodium metal is written as Na. And hydroxide, as I told you previously, it is known as OH. So here it will come as NaOH. Third one is carbon dioxide. So carbon is what children? Carbon is C. Oxygen, and there is 2 oxygen because we are using di. It will come as O2. Methane. Methane I have showed you, right? Methane is CH4. Yeah. Then magnesium oxide. Magnesium is written as Mg. And there is only oxide, that means only one oxygen molecule. So here you can write it as MgO. Same way steam. What is steam children? Yeah, it is the vapor form of water. So what is the formula of water? It is H2O. Now let's come to the second last, which is zinc sulfide. So zinc is known as Zn and sulfate is known as what children? Sulfate, I said you, it is SO4 and sulfide is S because oxygen became oxide, it is still the O. Same way, when sulfur becomes sulfide, it will be S. So the name will be ZnS. And the last one, here you can see that silver nitrate. So silver is Ag and nitrate is a one radical or one molecule that can be written as NO3, right? So this is the way you should write the formulas. So students, now let's see what is a study material. So when you're downloading studying material, you will see like this. First the fill in the blanks, then correct the statement, and followed by the 2 marks, 5 marks and creative question. So children, in this lesson we can ask you the creative question like, for example, we are giving you a name. We can ask you how to write the formula. So there are basic things which you should know in the formula, right? Same way, when you are seeing the self-assessment is for 25 marks and it will look like this. Here you have half an hour for completing this, and here how you can write it is, this is the correct answer. So in this, what is the one molecule of nitrogen? So nitrogen is written as N2. So you will write this and you will tick over here. Okay. Same way you will do it for rest of the answers. Fill in the blanks, you have to write only the answers but with the correct question number. Later on, match the following: true and false, correct the statement, and 2 marks and 5 marks. So once you are done with this, it will get to know that how much you have understood the lesson, right? So students, I hope you have understood how to see the study material, question bank and self-assessment. Once you are done with the self-assessment, you will get to know how much you have understood the lesson. Hope we will meet next time again. Bye-bye.